Hi guys, welcome back to GeeksforGeeks. This side Sanya. I welcome you all in today's webinar, Data Analysis of Ghana.com. And today we have Mr. Ashish Changra with us, a mentor at GFG, who will be taking today's webinar. So let's invite Ashish without wasting any further time.
Hi Sana,
Hi Ashish.
how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I am good as well. Thanks for asking.
So over to you.
Okay, so hi everyone, welcome back again. And this time, like as you can see from the title as well, we are going to analyze the data set of Ghana.com. So this is a custom-made data set which we are having, and you can find the data set link in the description as well, from where you can download the data set. And let me tell you what are all the things we are having in this session. So first of all, we are having the data set. We are going to make an end-to-end project. We will pre-process the data set. We are going to have around 45,000 songs from 16 different languages. We are going to take the data set, see how many singers are there, because there are singers, there are songs which are sung by multiple singers. We'll see the most popular singer who have sing most number of songs in any particular language, and in a nutshell throughout the whole data set as well. What is the average duration of Hindi songs as compared to Urdu songs? So there are a lot of things that we are going to do in this session, and this is a real life data set as well. So without further ado, let me share my screen and take you to the session. So just give me a second. Okay, do let me know if the screen is visible to you. Okay, so do let me know in the chat, everyone. Like, this is an interaction based session, so the data set that I'm going to share with you, I'm going to ask a couple of questions from you as well, so that you can share like what are all the things that you want me to analyze live. And throughout the session, we are also having a couple of surprises for you to learn, to attend a free workshops on data analysis end to end. Because for now, I'm expecting you that you are having a knowledge about basics of Python data. You know the Python for data analysis. But if you want to learn all these things end to end, we are also having a free workshop coming up this weekend. The details of this session I'll share you. Means I can share you anytime. Might be in the middle of the session, might be at the end. So stay tuned for that. So yes, so we are having a lot of people now. Okay, that's great. Hi everyone. Hi Sachin. Hi Prashant. Hi Ritika. Hi Tanu. Hi Satu. Okay, that's great. So this is the data set that we are having. I have already shared the link of the data set in the description. So this is a GitHub repository where if you go to data sets, here you can see we are having multiple CSV files. And in eCSV file, if I'm going to Bengali, so inside that we are having Bengali songs. Okay, name of the song, singer, okay, and the singer ID and all the different things that we are having. Okay, and on the root directory, I'm having songs.csv. This is the main file that we are having. 4.33 MB file. You can download it from it directly, and we can start working on the data set. Okay. Now let me tell you how the data set looks. Okay. And for that purpose, I need to load this data set. To work on this data set, I am having what I would say special. We are going to use a platform that's called as Google Colab. Okay, so a lot of you might have used Google Colab earlier as well, if they know the thing like what is data analysis, of if they have done a couple of projects as well. So this is how the Google Colab looks. If you don't know what Google Colab is, so you can search on Google about Google Colab. Okay, just search Google Colab, go to the first link, and make sure to like sign in first, and then you can create a new repository. Just click on new notebook and a new notebook will be created. Now because I have already created a notebook, so this is how it looks. Okay, the codes that we are going to do today, I'm going to share these codes as well with you. in the description only once the session ends. So stay tuned for that as well. And meantime, I'm going to ask a couple of questions in the session as well. What are all the things that you want? So definitely we'll discuss about that as well. Okay, Ram Ram. Okay, so first of all, we need to load this data set. To load this data set, because this is a GitHub file, so what I can do, I'm going to copy this GitHub link of the repository, and using git clone, I can clone the whole repository. Apart from that, you can also download this file and upload it here. What I will do, I'm writing an exclamation mark git clone and provide the whole link of the repository. If I'm executing it, it will provide you the resources first of all, and here you can see it is saying cloning the repository, GitHub repository. Yeah, and if you click on this folder link, here you can see Ghana data analysis is a new folder created now. Okay, because we have cloned this whole repository of Ghana.com, the link that we are having here. Sorted. Once we are having link here, and inside this, I am having all the folders, all the files of Ghana.com, and here you can see songs.csv file. If I'm going inside dataset, I'm having all these individual CSV files. And if I'm going to this songs.csv, this is the only file where the whole dataset is combined. Sorted, no rocket science. Now, what we are going to do? Okay, so I'm going to load this dataset. To load the dataset, I'm going to use couple of libraries. Okay, I'm using Pandas library because Pandas is one of the core library when you are working on data sets, especially CSV type data sets. Okay, so I'm loading Pandas to deal with the data set, and in Pandas we are having a function called as read underscore CSV. Okay, and here I need to pass the path, or basically path of the data set that I want to load. Now currently I need to, because this is where I am, and inside this Ghana data analysis I am having the file named as songs.csv. So what I will do, I'll pass the whole name Ghana data analysis slash songs.csv. Sorted, no rocket science. And I'm saving the whole thing inside a df variable, which is short form of data frame. You can name anything of your choice until unless it is not an inbuilt function. And if I'm executing it, if it is giving you nothing, that means the program is executed successfully. So now if I'm printing df and executing it, this is how the data set looks. This is there is a name column which define the names of the songs, singer which define who is the singer. Here you can see Chitra Singh and Jagjit Singh, and here we can see a pipe operator. If you are having multiple singers, they are separated with a pipe operator. If not, it's mentioned only one. Okay, here we are having singer ID as well, so that because it might happen there are multiple singers with the same name. So that's why each singer should have a unique identity. That's why we are having singer IDs. For example, here you can see a pipe operator here as well. So this till here is for Chitra Singh, and this till here is for Jagjit Singh. Okay, and here you can see most of you might have means a lot of you might like the ghazals as well, and Jagjit Singh one of the top singers in that. So definitely you can make it as your personal recommendation as well. So if you want to search sing hear any song of Jagjit Singh, you can use this data set and basically get those things. I'll tell you at the end as well how we can from this data set as well how you can play a song. So we are having the singers, we are having singer ID, we are having duration of the song, we are having link of the song, or basically song ID. This is singer ID, this is song ID, because for one song we can have multiple songs with the same name. Okay, and at the end we are having which language the song is from. Sorted. So far no rocket science. If anyone is having any question, do let me know in the chats. Okay, now what I'll do, here you can see we are starting from 0 and go up to 41,354, which is nothing but the rows, number of rows we are having in the data set. And at the end, here you can see This is what I would say the size of the data set. 51,355 rows and 6 columns. That means this data set is having 41,355 songs in there. Okay, each song can be sung by one singer or multiple singers and is having a specific duration, belongs to a particular language. Now we are going to use these things to analyze a lot of things. Okay, so first thing, whenever you are working on a data set is just load the data set and check if there are any impurities in the data set or not. Impurity means we can have null values, we can have something that we don't want, we can remove all these things. Okay, so let's start with, like, if I'm writing df.head and execute it, this will return you the first 5 rows of the data set. Okay, dot head will give you first 5 rows of the data set, and inside this, if I am passing any parameter or any number, for example 10, and execute it, this will return you 10 rows, first 10 rows. Okay, from 0th index to 9, 0 to 9, total of 10. Okay, so you can pass any number here. So df of head is widely used whenever you are loading a data set because you don't want the whole data set to be displayed. Once this data set is here, I need to check the null values. Checking null values on the data set. Okay, I'm telling you the whole data set, data pipeline. Okay, what are all the things we need to do when we are having a data set? So because we need to check if there are any null values in the data set. Null value means there might be a couple of songs whose singers I don't know. There might be a couple of songs I don't know, like what is the duration of that song or what is the language of that song. It might happen, right? So I need to check that thing. For that purpose, I wrote df dot is null. Okay, I'll use df dot is null function, and if I'm executing it, this will return you a whole data frame. And this data frame is having false and true and false values only. Okay, you might be thinking, okay, these are just true and false value, what I can do from it? I just want to know how many null values are there in name column, if there are any, in singers, in singer id, duration. If there are any null values, how many values are there? So for that purpose, I can write dot sum. So currently it is what it is doing. It is having the same number of rows and columns. So in whichever cell we are having a null value, this will display them as true. If it is a not null value, means it's an actual value, then it will print false. And so far it is printing false for all of them. If I'm writing dot sum at the end and execute it, here you can see in name, 0 null values, singer, 0 null values. So in all these languages, we are having 0 null values. Sorted. So this data set is ready to go, right? Now, what we can do, if there are any unnecessary columns, we need to remove those columns. And in this data set, we are just having 6 columns and all of the columns are important. So I'm not going to remove these columns. Sorted. Now, what should be the next step? Now I can start working on the data analysis part. Okay. And here I'm starting analysis. Okay. We are going to perform some data pre-processing techniques as well. For example, if I want to know about the average duration of Urdu song as compared to Hindi songs, this is 5:00. If I'm talking about in terms of programming, this is a string. This is not a number. Number is from 0 to 10 to n or even negative numbers. This is something that we are having in minutes. I need to take it and convert it into seconds, right? Because on seconds, I can perform mathematical operations. I can compare 05:00 with 3:41, but I can directly not compare them because both of them are string. So I need to pre-process this data set. Okay, and to pre-process this data set, so there are two ways. Either I can directly jump into the language part or I can start working from the duration part. Okay, let's try data pre-processing first because this is the only thing that we need to pre-process. And in this data pre-processing, here I'm adding a couple of comments. The first part that I need to do is dealing with duration. So what I do now, I'll take this data set column duration and I will pre-process all these duration that I'm having here to seconds. I'll convert them to seconds. Sorted? No rocket science. So let's do it now. Clear? So audio issue, okay. Just give me a second. If there is any audio issue from anyone, it should not be there, but okay. I think it's better now. So what we will do, we are checking the null values. After that, we need to pre-process the duration column. And to deal with the duration column, I can take the data frame, whole data frame that I'm having, and inside that data frame, I'll select the duration column. Sorted? And how to select this duration column only? I'll open square bracket, and inside that, inside a string, I will pass this duration. Make sure to write duration exactly as mentioned in the data set. You cannot write duration with capital D, okay, because it's case sensitive. So now if I'm executing it, df of duration, this will give you a series, okay. And in this, if you know the basics of programming language, I'm going for I in duration. If I'm printing I, or basically duration, I'm defining it as a duration column. And let's print only first 10 of them, because I don't want to print all the 40,000 of them. Okay, so now even if I'm printing first 50 of them, so that I can have a sample how I need to convert the values. Okay, now what I need to do, if I'm printing the duration and type of duration, okay, if anyone is having the logic to it, do let me know in the chat as well. I'll be more than happy to see how you are dealing with it. Okay, so what I need to do now, because it's a string, so on strings I can perform slicing operation. I can slice them and then I can typecast them whenever I want it. So what I'll do now, I'm going to take this whole string, I need to split it with column. I'm splitting it with column. Sorted? So if I'm executing it, the 0th index will give me minutes, and the next index, the first index, will give you the seconds. Sorted? So now you know how to separate the minutes and seconds. Okay, and what I want the whole data set to be converted into seconds. Like all the duration that you can see here, I want it to be converted to seconds. Clear? So for that purpose, what I'll do now, I'm going to take this data set, I'll take 0th index, and I'll take first index as well. Okay, 0th index will give you the duration in, what I would say, minutes, and this will give you the add to seconds. Okay, it is still a string. Now I need to typecast it into integer. Now the thing is, we are having 05 written at the end, so let's see if we can directly typecast it or not. If I'm having 05, or let's suppose if I'm having 5, can I convert it into integer? I can convert it into integer. If I'm having 05, can I convert it into integer? Yes, I can convert that as well to integer. So what I'll do, I'm just separating them, okay? I'm printing it as the minutes, and here I'm printing seconds. Got it? So now if I'm executing it, so the first one is of 5 minutes 0 seconds. Okay, then we are having 6 minutes 26 seconds. Now what I need to do, I need to convert it into integer, okay, and convert this as well to integer. Okay, and this is what we are getting. Now the most important thing, if a song is having duration, let's suppose 5.00, 5 colon 00, then what I need to do, I need to take this 5 minutes and multiply it with what? Multiply it with 60, so that this can be directly converted to how many seconds it will take, and then I'll add seconds into it. So it would be, the formula would be minute multiplied by 60 plus seconds. This is the formula to convert the whole thing into seconds. Simple, no rocket science. Now what I need to do? I need to deal with, I need to apply the same thing here. Okay, I'm taking a minute hand, I'm taking the second hand, and I'm taking this as this will give you the minutes. Okay, this will give you the seconds. Now minutes I need to multiply by 60. Okay, I'll take this will give you the minutes, or to give you the data in a better manner. So I'm taking minute is equals to 0th index, second is equals to first index, and here all the seconds is equals to minute plus second multiply by 60, and I need to add a bracket here. Sorted? So let's see if that works fine or not. I'm printing minute, I'm printing second, I'm printing all the seconds. Okay, so now if I'm executing it, just to check if everything seems fine or not. If a video is if a song is having 5 minutes 0 second, that means 300 second, fine. 6 minute 26 second, 6 are 360 plus 26 836 386, perfect. So I think it's working fine. So what I need to do, I need to take this data now and replace it with this one. So for that purpose, I am taking du duration underscore list. And in this duration list, I am appending all the seconds. Dot append all the seconds. Sorted? Now, if I'm removing this line and removing this as well and executing it, just hope for the best that it will not give you an error. Okay, and here you can see it's done, execution is done. Now if I'm checking the length of duration list, length of duration, it is 41,355, and what is the length of data frame? It is also 41,355, means all the values of duration columns are now replaced in seconds. Okay, now because this is a list, what I need to do, I need to take, because I have taken this particular column, so I am going to take this list in seconds and replace it in the same position, right? And for that purpose, I am going to take df of duration is equals to duration list. Got it? And at the end, I'm also printing the data frame. So let's see if I'm executing it, what we'll get. If I'm executing it, here you can see earlier what I'm having, the duration in minutes. Now I'm having duration in seconds. Now, because the duration is in seconds, I can easily perform mathematical operations on this. It's going to be a lot easier, right? So now my data set is pre-processed. I can do the computation based on the duration. Now we need to start analyzing the data. Okay, so now let's jump into the third part, which is analyzing the data. Okay, there might be multiple kind of pre-processing you can do as well, but in this data set, that's more than enough. So I'm doing data analysis. Okay, so in data analysis, let's go with the first part. So first of all, we need to find which type of data you want to analyze, or what are the outcome that you want to know. Okay, let's start with the first one, and that is, what is the average duration of a song? Okay. What is the average duration of a song throughout the data set? Very simple question. What is the average duration of a song throughout the data set? I am asking the same question to you as well, so that if you know how to find that, do let me know in the chats. Okay. And at the meantime, what we are going to do, because I want to know about the average duration throughout the data set. So Simple funda, I need to select this duration column. I am taking df of duration, execute it. Obviously, after removing it, if I'm executing it, this is something that you are getting. Now, what do you want to do? I want to find the average. And to find the average, this formula is simple. I'll sum all of them, I'll add them, divide them by the length of df of duration, right? So I will find the sum of them and divide them by the length of the duration. So now if I'm executing it, so the average duration that came out is 295 seconds. Okay, you can use a whole for loop for the same as well. If you don't want to use any inbuilt function, then what you can do, you can go for simply the same logic for I in df of duration. Okay, and then I'm taking a s variable again, initializing with 0, and I'm writing s plus equals to I, means I'm taking each duration and adding it to s. Okay, and once it is done, I'm going to print s divided by the length of data frame of duration. Now if I'm executing it, this is also giving you exactly same result. So that totally depends upon, like, if you know how the logic works, because if you know how to write your own logic, you don't need to depend on the inbuilt functions, because there are lots of use cases where you can see, like, there are no any inbuilt function available, then you need to write your own logic. That's very important that you know how to write your own logics. Clear? Now average duration is 295 seconds. Okay, and because it is at the end also having what I would say in the floating point. So if I want the result to be in integer format, I write int, and this is the average duration of a song is, let me print. And here you can see average duration of a song is 295. Let me add at the end seconds. It should be comma. Got it? So first question is answer. If you are having any question in your mind, do let me know. We'll be more than happy to answer those queries then and there only. Here as well. Clear? So now what would be the next thing? So now I'm adding a new text here. And this time I need to find a bit tricky thing. Okay. And the thing is, how many languages of songs are there in the data set? Simple question. How many languages of songs are there in the data set? Yeah. So for that purpose, what I can do, I can take this, I need to take which column? This language column, right? So now what I'll do, I'll take df of language. If I'm executing it, these are all the languages we are having. Okay, but this is the whole data set that I'm having. Yeah. Now, how to find the unique values? You can use some inbuilt functions like unique. If you are executing .unique, this will tell you what are all the unique values present in this particular column. And here you can see Urdu, Gujarati, Tamil, Kannada, Rajasthani, Haryanvi, Punjabi, and these are all the songs we are having. Okay. And if you want to know about how many values are them, you can use any unique function as well, which will give you, like, there are 16 languages that are out there. And but we are also having a new data structure in Python that's called as a set. Okay, so if I'm passing all these values to a set and execute it, this will also give you the same output, because set is having a special feature that set can only take the unique values. Even if you are passing multiple values, it will return you the same thing. It will return you only the unique things. Okay, so this is what happens here. So if I am executing it, here you can see Assamese, Bengali, Bhojpuri, Gujarati, Haryanvi, Hindi, Kannada, and these are all the languages we are having. And the question is, how many languages are there? So the answer is, I can take the length of it. So 16 is the answer. How many languages are there? There are total of 16 languages there in the data set. Sorted? So now let's print all the values. Let's suppose, okay, let's go with 3.3, like what are all the languages in the data set? What are all the languages in the data set, not data set? So for that purpose, I can do the same thing. I can take the language column, okay, and I can print uh, the set of it. And these are all the languages we are having. We can go for I in this, and if I'm printing I, so these are all the languages we are having. So there are old song as well. So old song does not come from any language, so you can remove that as well. That totally up to you. But as per the question, like is we are specifying the language. So there are 15 languages, but there are a couple of old song as well with the tag old. So we can definitely include that. Sorted. Now let's add more complexity into it. Okay, let's suppose I want to know how many songs are there in each category. How many Punjabi songs are there? How many Rajasthani songs are there? How many Hindi songs are there? How I can find that? So to do that, I need to basically select the columns with a specific filter, right? So far, these are all the languages. Okay, let me add in the text a new question that is from 3.4. How many songs are there of Punjabi? Okay. Or how many Punjabi songs are there? So to answer these kind of questions, how we need to deal with it? So there are two ways to deal with it. Either you can write the whole thing from scratch, or the second way is definitely rather than going through scratch, you can use some inbuilt function. We'll start from scratch, and then we'll jump into the inbuilt part where we can do all the things in just one line. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go to df of language, execute it. So these are all the languages we are having: Urdu, Bengali, Hindi, English, whatever languages we are having. Now I'll go through all of them. For I in df of language, if I'm printing I, it will print all of them one by one. So let me print only 10 of them. Okay. So this is a string. Now what I can do, I can compare if I means that particular language is equals to Punjabi, and for that purpose you need to also check the exact spellings. Okay, if the language is equals to Punjabi, then here I am initializing a counter by 0. If the language is Punjabi, I'll increment the counter by 1. Okay, otherwise I'll not increment the counter, and at the end I need to print there are these many songs in Punjabi. Okay. And here I need to print C, which is the counter. I'm executing it. Here you can see it's printing, they are 0. Okay, because I need to remove this column. Now if I'm executing it, there are 3,818 Punjabi songs in the data set. Right? Now, this is found here. Now, how we can find it using inbuilt function in just one line? All we need to do is take the data frame. Okay, and in the data frame, I need to select the column language. Okay, after selecting the language, here I can write equals to Punjabi. If I am executing it, here you can see we are having false and true, same like as we have done while dealing with the null values, right? we were getting true and false. Now, this is giving true for the ones if the song is Punjabi and false for the ones if the song is not Punjabi. For example, if I'm taking the same language, here we know the starting ones are of Urdu. So if I'm writing here Urdu, capital U, and executing it, here the top ones are true because they are Urdu. So wherever the condition satisfy, this will give you true. For rest of them, it will return you false. Similarly, if I'm going for Bengali, PE, and executing it, this is what we are getting. The bottom ones because they are Bengali, so that's why it happens. So I need to go for Punjabi, execute it, and the whole data frame I need to pass to the same data frame. These will give you all the true false. Wherever it is true, I'm going to display it. So now if I'm executing it, here you can see I'm having 3818 rows. And they are only the rows where songs are Punjabi. Sorted. That's how easy it is. Sorted. Now what we need to do, once we are having these things with us, okay, here I can do this thing in just one line. If now here I just want to know about how many songs are there, so I can take the length of it, and there are 3818 songs in total. Sorted. Now what should be the next step? If anyone is having any question, do let me know in the chats. Okay. So collecting counter, it will remain maintain count all the songs, particular languages. Yes, that's a important question. So Ashwarya is saying like how we can count this number of songs in specific language, in all the language throughout. Okay, and for that purpose, again there are two ways. One is you can go with your own logics, okay, from scratch, and second one is you cannot go from scratch and using inbuilt function. Okay, let's go with both of them, because if you know how logics works, right, then there's no issue. Like then you can use inbuilt function as well. If you are totally depending on logics, then definitely this is not going to work. So Manu is saying Pari Hurriya. Okay, yes, you can use the data set to do that as well. To search the singers of your specific or your specific singers basically. Yes, so that might be right. So now, how many Punjabi songs are there? Done. The next, and where we are going to see like how autonomy is done, how computers can do the things way faster as compared to us. So I'm adding 3.5, and here we can see uh, number of songs in each language. Okay, or category to be more specific, because there are old songs as well. Got it? So what we need to do, we need to first of all find how many unique languages are there. For that purpose, I'm using dot unique. Okay, instead of dot unique, if you want to convert it into set, you can do that as well. UNIQUE. These are all the unique languages we are having. So what we need to do, we need to go for all the languages. For language in this, if I am printing the language, so these are all the unique languages we are having. Okay, and for each language, I need to perform this operation, right? Because if I am using this logic, okay, this logic will tell me how many Punjabi songs are there. But the same logic, okay, if I am not printing this and just printing C, watch this thing very carefully, okay, because if you watch this thing, then all the other things will be very easy for you. This logic will tell you how many Punjabi songs are there. The same logic is also telling you how many Urdu songs are there. The exact same logic is also tell you how many Hindi songs are there. And the same logic is also telling you how many old songs are there. The question is, all you need to do is change this variable through a for loop, and then it will print you all the things that you want, right? So I am taking this logic, and this language is the variable that is changing itself all the time. So inside this for loop, I am passing this whole for loop. Okay. So what's happening? So let me print first of all. Okay. So here I'm printing C as well as language. Okay. And instead of the specific language, which is Punjabi this time, I'm defining LANG, the specific language of that we are having. Okay. So now if I'm executing this code, here you can see Urdu is having 3116 songs. 3116 songs are there in Urdu. In Gujarati, 2115 songs. Right? And similarly, as you go down, Haryanvi, Punjabi, Hindi, these are all the songs we are having. Sorted. And how you can do the same thing using inbuilt function? You can remove all the other things. Okay. And you can use this approach. Okay. And in this approach, you can print, rather than printing the counter, we can take if language is equals to that particular language. Now if I'm executing it, you are having the exact same output. Okay, you are going through each and every language and finding how many songs are there in that particular language. Okay, and from here you can plot bar graph, and from here you can see as well most means in Hindi, Malayalam, Marathi, Telugu. We are having most number of songs, almost more than 4,500 songs. Okay, and number one is Telugu. Yes, Telugu, 4,996 songs. And least one is Bhojpuri, where we are having just 519 songs. Second is Rajasthani. So this is the hierarchy of the songs. Okay. Sorted. So if you want to dig deeper into anything else, okay, any other thing that you want to analyze, you can do that as well. Clear? So let's do one thing. Now we are specifying the songs. Okay, let's go specific with the songs, and for that purpose, let's number of songs in specific language. So I'm printing the data frame, and in the data frame, let's suppose I'm adding complexity into the project. Let's suppose I want to know how many singers are there in English, okay, or which singer has played most number of songs throughout the data set, has sing on most number of songs, was a singer of most number of songs, to be more specific, right? So for that purpose, I need to take which column? Singer column. But here we are having a problem. Okay, if I'm talking about, if I directly want to compare Jagjit Singh, right? So in this song, Jagjit Singh has played. This as well, this as well. But in this is a duet, right? Here we have a Chitra Singh and Jagjit Singh as well. So what we need to do, we need to separately deal with them. Okay, I need to count this as well, this the song of Jagjit as well as the song of Chitra Singh. Clear? So first of all, I need to find how many unique singers are there. This is making the project a bit more complicated. Okay? So far the languages are done. How many songs are there in those languages? All those kind of things are done. Okay. And similarly, if you want to know what is the average duration of Hindi songs and English songs and Punjabi songs or whatever languages we are having, let's add that as well. Okay. So let's go with 3.6 average duration of song in each language. Okay, so average duration of songs in each language. For that purpose, what I need to do, I can use almost the same approach. Okay, but rather than printing the length of that particular data frame, we will print the mean, is the average duration of that particular data frame. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's print df of language. Okay, and for that particular language, if the language is that specific language, I'll print the whole data frame for it, and I'm breaking it. So if I'm executing it, this will print the whole data frame of the first row. Now what I'll do, from this whole data frame, I want to select the duration column. So if I'm executing it, this is the duration of first data frame of first language. Okay, and for this data frame, I want to find the mean the average duration of that particular language songs. It is 407. Now what I will do, I'm converting it to integer so that I don't need to get rid of those decimal values, and I'm also printing the language. Okay. Now if I'm executing it, Urdu songs are having an average duration of 407 seconds. Okay, and if I'm executing it, here you can see a massive difference, right? Urdu songs are having an average duration of 407 seconds as compared to the other songs. For example, if I'm talking about Kannada songs, they are having average duration of 250 seconds only. Okay, and from here you can see, because Urdu we might have ghazal, so they're obviously having duration higher. Sorted. Very simple logic. The logics are very simple once you understand how the things works. Clear? And now let's jump into the singers side. For that purpose, I'm again analyzing how many singers are there in the data set. Okay, the things will be a little complicated here. Let me tell you why. Because for some of this, there are a couple of songs which are played by multiple singers, and because of that, it will happen. So now the question is how we can find out these singers. I need to first of all find this singer column. I need to take the singer column, and I need to go for I in df of singer. And if I'm printing I, let's print singer. That is singers to be more specific. And I'll tell you why I'm printing singers. Okay, and here I'm doing it again for the first couple of singers as well, because I don't want to print all the singer, like where we are having almost 10,000 of 45,000 of them. Once we are having all these singers there, each singer, if there is one singer, we are having the name of it. If there are multiple singers, so they are separated with this pipe operator, right, or this vertical line. So what I can do, I can split them with the same, and I am executing it. Okay, and here you can see this song is played by two singers. This is again by two singers. This is by one singer. Okay, now what I will do, I am creating singers. I am writing all singers. I am initializing a list of all the singers. And what I am doing here I am writing all underscore singers plus equals to singles dot split of I. Okay, and what will happen in this particular case? If I am executing it, printing the split singles, so this is printing all the singers we are having. But if I'm printing all these singers list, this is concatenating the list. First of all, we are having Chitra and Jagjit Singh. Here we are having both of them. Then we are having Chitra and Jagjit again. We are having both of them. Then we are having Jagjit Singh and Chitra again. Jagjit Singh, Chitra. So what this is doing, this is appending all the singers in one list. Okay, and what will happen through this list, I can find all the unique singers, right? How many singers has sung the song in this particular data set. Sorted. And to do that, what I'll do now, I am going to take this, rather than printing them, because printing them will print it for all the 40 more than 40,000 singers songs. So I am removing it, and if I'm executing it and printing all the singers, basically the length of all the singers, so it's 60,166. But in this list, there might be there are a lot of singers who has played multiple songs, who has sung multiple songs. So what we need to do, we need to find only the unique singers. Okay, and here it obviously, how many singers, that means how many unique singers, I mean to say. I'll take this and I'll convert it into a set, and after that I'm checking the length of it. So now if I'm executing it, here you can see there are a total of 3940 singers, right? So there are, let's print total unique total singers are these ones. How many unique singers are there? There are a total of 3940 unique singers there. Sorted, no rocket science. Now, the most important question, how we can find like how many songs are played by a particular singer, right? So this will add more complexity into the same project, because so far we are starting from the very beginning. Let me wrap up, means summarize whatever we have done so far. So if I'm zooming a little bit out, I'm loading the data set, I'm checking if there are null values, I'm pre-processing the data set to convert the duration from this format to seconds, because I can perform mathematical operations on seconds, cannot in this particular format. Then I'm analyzing different kind of things. What is the average duration throughout the data set, which is 295 seconds. But then we have analyzed for English, for Hindi, it's different. For Urdu, it is maximum. Okay. How many languages are there? 16. What are all these languages? These are the ones. How many Punjabi songs are there? We can do that. And then we have done that using inbuilt function. And then we have automated the process for all the different categories. Okay, and then we find what is the average duration of songs in all the languages, how many unique singers are there in the data set, that's also there. And for I, and this is where we are landed now. Clear? Now the most important question, how many singers, how many songs are sung by each singer, or what are, or basically let me add the question very clearly here. Who sung the most number of songs throughout the data set? Okay, and even if, let's suppose, there are a couple of songs which are sung by Arijit, by Jagjit Singh and Chitra Singh, so the song, that song will be counted for both of them. Okay, so now we need to add those things. Okay, so for that purpose, let me add the question first, and the question is 3.8. Who has the the most number of songs played? Should be played. Okay, so for that purpose, what I need to do, if I am taking this all singers list, converting it to a set, converting it to a list, and saving it as unique underscore singers. Sorted. So if I'm having this list, so what I can do, I can go for I in unique unique underscore singers, and if I'm printing I, so this will print the list of all the unique singers that we are having. Sorted, no rocket science. And here we will have a problem in that as well, because there might be a singer who multiple singers with the same name. So the we need to take singer's ID, but like that is something that you can do easily as well. So there might be two Jagjit Singhs, right? One with the Jagjit Singh 1, and another one is just Jagjit Singh, and another one is Jagjit Singh 2. So that for that purpose you can take IDs, but the logic will remain the same. So I'm taking names only this time. Clear? So what I'll do, here we are having the list of all the singers. Okay, now first of all I need to do it for one singer, then I'll do it for all the singers. Yeah. So now the logic will go something like this. Okay, I'll go through df of the singer. So this will give you the list of all the singers. I need to go for I in all those singers. Okay, and I need to check. Okay, and there are two ways to deal with it. Either we can split these singers by the pipe operator, then we'll have Chitra Singh and Jagjit Singh. We will get a list as an output which will look something like this. Okay, so this is one way, and from this list I need to find, okay, if Jagjit Singh is there in the whole list or not. This is one way. And second way is I can directly take this string and I can search for if something like Jagjit Singh in this. This will give you true or false. That means we'll take a singer. For that singer, I'll see how many songs he has sung. So here I need to write if let's suppose Jagjit Singh is equals to here we are going to deal with two things. Okay, if Jagjit Singh is equals to I, here I'm initializing C is equals to 0, the counter, and here I'm taking C plus equals to 1, and at the end if I'm printing C, what will happen? There are 172 songs that Jagjit Singh has sung, but there are going to be a couple of songs that he has sung with like some other person. There might be some other singers. Okay, and to do that, here what I need to do, I need to check if this is there, if Jagjit Singh is there in the singers or not. Means in the whole string of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or up to 10 singers or whatever number of singers we are having, who is the one, means we will count if Jagjit Singh is there, one of the singer or not. Now if I'm executing it, there are total 255 songs. Jagjit Singh was a part of that. Clear? I need to do the same thing for all the singers. Okay, and for that purpose, basically here you can see I can, instead of this, I need to automate it with this. So what I'll do, I'm going to take this, and instead of I, let's make it as SIN underscore, and here I am copying the whole code, and let's paste it here. What will happen here? In this I, if I'm talking about this I, is having all the unique singers that I'm taking one by one. And here I'm taking that singer name is there in the singer list or not, because there are multiple singers. Okay, and at the end what I'll do, I'm going to print C as well as the singer name, and singer name is nothing but you will get from I. Clear? So I'm printing I and C. So, and this is something I'm doing for first 10 singers. So if I'm executing it, here you can see N. Chandran has played 1 songs, Anand Sai 1 song, Sham 1 song, Nisha 8 songs, Naresh 9 songs, Yashin 4 songs. Okay, sorted. Now I need to do this for all the singers, and I'm creating a new list here. Okay, and in that list, what I'm adding one list for let's make it a two-dimensional list, for one for the singer and another for the frequency, how many songs he has sing. Okay, so sing and FRE. So here what I'll do, the I, what do I have? I is having the name of the singers. Clear? You can make the name of the variables in a much better way. You can write that. So I'm writing singer dot append I, and I'm also writing frequency dot append C. Okay. And otherwise you can also write it in terms of data. Okay, and in this as well you can write data dot append, and you can append both of the things in one list. Got it? So if I'm executing it for all the singers, okay, it might take a couple of seconds to execute it because we need to perform a lot of operations. And to check how much time it will take, You can use TQDM library as well. So let's see if it is still taking some time, because this is computationally expensive task. We need to go through the whole program multiple times. So it will definitely take some time. So for I in this, you can pass a TQDM here, pass the whole thing through TQDM. And at the top, let's import TQDM. Import TQDM from TQDM. You might be thinking what this TQDM is. TQDM will tell you basically how much time the whole program will take to execute. This logic will take to execute. So now if I'm executing it, here you can see it will take almost 30 seconds to execute. Okay, that earlier you don't know. So you need to pass the whole function, the list that we are having through TQDM, and you will get the output through it. Sorted? So we need to wait for 14 more seconds so that we can see what is there in the data set. And once we are having the data set, I can create a whole data frame from it. Okay, so I am creating songs, a data frame named as songs is equals to pd.data frame that will look something like this only, but here I want to create only two columns: name of the singers and how many songs he has sung. Clear? And I'm also going to give you an assignment so that you can try these things by yours as well. Okay, so I'm creating a data frame, but before that, let me tell you what is the length of data. Length of data should be the number of singers, which is 3940. Length of unique singers, if you are checking, that would be definitely exactly the same. Okay. If I'm talking about data of 0, so this is the name of the first singer, this is how many songs he has sung. 10th one, Daksha Vagde, number 1, one song. So I'll take this data list and I'm defining the column names, because in this list, from this list, I want to make the data set. And because there are two things, first of all is the name of the singer, and second one is the songs he has sung. And once that part is done, here I am taking songs dot head. If I'm executing it, just hope for the best. Here you can see we are having singer and songs. If I'm printing songs here, the whole size of the data frame is 3940 and 2. Sorted? Now what I want to know? I want to know about the singer who has played most number of songs. For that purpose, I need to sort this whole data frame with respect to songs. So I am writing dot sort underscore values by songs. Okay, and if I'm executing it, here you can see 3 to this is in the which order? I think it's in yes, it's in the ascending order. I want it to be in the descending order. So I'm writing ascending is equals to false. Execute it. These are the top singers. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's add the top 5 singers. So for that purpose, I'm printing dot head, and the question is now answered. Okay, who has most number of songs played? And the name of the singer is this one. Okay, so we can add all these things in just one line, and this is how it looks. Okay, SP Subramaniam is the one who has played 3,659 songs. Sorted? And this is like how many songs he's a part of. If you want to search about how many solo songs, who has done most number of solo songs, so then instead of this in, instead of which in, so there was, instead of this in, I need to write equals to is equals to. Okay, if you want to know about the songs of only that particular singer. Clear? Sorted? If anyone is having any question, do let me know. Okay, so let's go with one last question, and then we are going to discuss about the Q&A, and then I'll tell you like what we are having for you. It's a workshop that we are planning. this weekend. So you need to register yourself for that. That's free of cost, where you are going to have more such projects like this one. We'll share you the assignment. Based on assignment, like we are also going to give you a couple of surprises. So I'm going to tell you about that after this, after the answer of the last question that we are having. Okay, so what is the last one? The last one is who has most number of songs played. Okay, now what I need to do, I need to know about, so SP Subramaniam is the one who has part of a lot of the songs, but if I want to do it language specific, okay, who has sing most number of songs in Hindi, in Punjabi, in English, and throughout it's SP Subramaniam, I know. Okay, so then the things will get a little complicated. Okay, so here I want to know the last one, which is 3.9, I think. Okay, singer who played most number of songs in each language. Okay, so for that purpose, now what we need to do, we need to first of all take uh, a specific data frame. Okay, and for that particular specific data frame, I need to make the number of unique singers, and then for those unique singers I need to find what they have played. Okay, and for that purpose, let's start with how many unique singers are there. That's something we are already having. So now what we will do, we are going to take df of singers. These are all the unique singles we are having, but we want to do it language specific. So first of all, we need to take language. Sorted. We'll go for I in df dot unique, all the unique languages we are having. Okay, and this is about the language. Once we are having all the languages with us, so what I'll do, I'll take that particular data frame for the language is equals to that particular language. I need to do that so that I can select only the rows, only the ones where we are having Urdu songs, where we are having Gujarati songs, Tamil songs. Okay, and this is the data frame where I need to work on. Now what I need to do on this particular data frame, I need to create a function, and that function I need to do all these things that we have done here. Okay, because if I am printing the language and length of data frame underscore, so here you can see Urdu, these are the number of songs, means in df underscore is the pre-processed data frame where we are having only the data of Urdu songs. So now whatever we have done so far means, first of all, we need to find how many unique singers are there in Urdu. Okay, and for that purpose I can directly take this. Okay, df of singers. Okay, let's try it here only, and rest of the things you need to do. So what I'll do now, I have taken all the singers list, and I'll print total singer in a specific language. Okay, here I'm talking about in a specific language, and instead of taking df, I'll take df underscore, because df is the whole data frame, but df underscore is the data frame where I'm having only singers of a specific language. Sorted. So now if I'm printing this and as well as the language, let's execute it. It will take some time, and here you can see there are 385 singers in Urdu, 303 singers in Gujarati, and you can also check the length of df underscore, so that you can see 3,160 songs and 385 singers. And after that you need to integrate this particular part into the code, and the task will be done. Okay, so I'm hoping you have enjoyed this session. Let me summarize whatever we have done so far. and then I'll jump into like what we are having to offer for you. So we have started from the beginning where we are loading the dataset. To download the dataset, the link of the dataset is given in the description. You need to download the dataset that is called as songs.csv. We are taking the dataset, and before that I'm cloning this repository, and after that removing the null values if there are any, and in this dataset I'm not having any null value. And then after that we have started analyzing the data set, obviously after converting the duration from minutes to seconds, because this I cannot perform arithmetic operation on this one. After that, what are the best languages, where we have number of songs in a particular language, number of songs in all the languages, average duration in each language in throughout the data set. And then I have passed it through TQDM because it is taking some time. So I don't know, either it is taking couple of seconds, couple of minutes, or couple of hours. So that is why I pass it through TQDM. And after that, we have found the singer who has a part of most number of songs, S.P. Subramaniam. Okay, Bala Subramaniam. And then we are having Kumar, Sushil, so Sheila. I don't know who these things are, sorry, because I don't listen to the songs a lot. So, but yes, this, as per the data set, this is what the output looks. Okay, now let me share another tab with you. The link of it is discussed already in the description. So, okay, so this is DSA Live for working professional life. Okay, this is the premium course that we are having. You can register for it for the workshop that we are going to have this weekend. Okay, this weekend we are going to have a workshop much detailed as this than this one, because here I'm expecting you to have a knowledge of uh, Python, data preprocessing, all these things. But then in that workshop, that's a weekend workshop we are going to have from 7 to 9, Saturday and Sunday. And that's free of cost. You can register yourself. We are having a custom data set there as well. Here we are having a custom data set of Ghana.com. There as well, we are having custom data set of Myntra products. We are going to find the relation, which company is having which kind of product, which company is having the most wide variety of product, what is the average product price of a particular company. There are a hell lot of things that can be done. So we are having a custom data set that you cannot find anywhere. We are going to analyze that data set, and that's also live scrapped. It's having almost, I would say, 30 to 40,000 different products of different companies or different sizes, and we are going to analyze that data set for sure. And this is the course that we are having, the premium one, where it's a 6-month program where we are starting from the beginning of Python, and we'll take you to the level of machine learning and deep learning. You can create those models, and don't worry, you need to register to it. This is the whole weekly plan that we're having, but that is for the premium course that we are having. Okay, if you want to register for the free workshop, you need to register yourself here. You don't need to do anything, just register here. Go to the link in the description. Once you have registered for this, you will get the links of the workshop on your mail IDs. Okay, again saying that's free of cost. If you guys are having any question, do let me know. I'll wait for 1 minute, and then I think that's good to go. Do let me know in the chats what's the thing that you like about the workshop the most. And the code that we have written, one also very important question, the code that we have written, I'm going to share the code in the same link of dataset. Okay, the code link will also given in the description on GitHub. There is already a repository there. So you need to, what you need to do, you need to basically, let me tell you. So this is the repository, this is the link. On this repository only I am updating the code that we have written so far, so that you can try it by yourself as well. And I have given you your task. You need to find how many singers are there in a particular language, who has played most number of songs in a particular language, solo, combined, or what. And one trick question, who which just name this, they name the song where we are having most number of singers participated, right? 2, 3, 4, just name that song who are all the singers, what is the duration, all the details of that singer. That's something I'm expecting from you. Okay, so thank you so much, Tanu. It was a great session. Okay, the link of live session. Okay, you need to register yourself for the DSA live course. Okay, and then you will get the details of the live session that is going to happen this weekend on your mail ID. Okay, so you need to register for the DSA live link that I have just shown to you. Clear? So that is pretty much it. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm hoping like you have enjoyed the session. We are going to plan more such session with us where we are having custom data set. We are going to plan the end-to-end process, how to deal with the data set from starting to deal, means having the data set, pre-processing it, what are the different kind of insights you can find from it, and how you will think as a data scientist. If you're a data scientist of a company and you are having these kind of data set, how you need to deal with it, what should be the optimum approach. So thank you so much, everyone. Do let me know in the chats how you like the session, and that's it. Thank you.